Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to the Venusian Light Tarot. So today we are here to do a specific message for a specific group of people in the collective. So if you do feel drawn in any sort of way to the title, to the thumbnail, if this pops up randomly, then it could be for you, but just take what resonates. If you feel confused or you're trying to force the message, then it may not be for you, and that's okay. This does feel to be very specific for a few of you that are going to align with this. So we'll set the intention that this will find exactly who it's meant for at the right time. So as usual, I'm going to go over what I picked up on, what I channeled into here prior to the reading, and then we'll open up more. We'll see what else comes through, and we will go from there. There is also going to be an extended reading, which I'll talk about in a minute. It's going to be a pick a card reading from this reading here, if you do resonate with this, that I was guided to do. So this message here, just before I go into the details and the specifics, this is going to be for a group of you who resonate with being a starseed. This definitely feels a bit like a quantum level message. So if that's not your thing, or if you're not into that, then this may not resonate with you. But this is definitely for a very select group of healers, light workers, and specifically star seeds, as they were showing me. And it's actually a really beautiful message here. So when I first tuned in, they were showing me this dove being released from a cage. And they then showed me a figure, which is you as the viewer, and all of these arrows pointing back to this figure from every direction. And I heard soul retrieval. And they were showing all of these pieces of your light coming back to you. And there is a huge stepping into your, specifically I was hearing your purity, remembrance. There's something here that has been remembered, or that you will soon gravitate towards. If you don't feel that yet, or if you don't know exactly what that is yet, this path may be shown to you very soon, because they were showing here this, again, star family I was being shown, and I heard you've been activated. And not only activated, but it's almost like you've somehow called everything back to you, and there's this like enormous sense of purification and taking back of your power. So for some of you very specifically, you may have done something recently, like a very powerful, I don't know, some kind of ritual, or I was hearing all cords have now been cut. So maybe somebody here did some kind of cord cutting, or you had some kind of healing session done here. But I was also getting possibly a lifestyle change. So maybe some of you have been feeling inspired recently to make a lifestyle change, or even several. So if that's the case, or maybe like make a sacrifice or cutting away of something that you have been putting off, or you know that you had to do, and it has really, it's almost like it called everything back to you. And Spirit was saying, you've done the work. It was in you all along. And they really want someone to know, if this is going to resonate with you, that you are ready and prepared here to become a leader. Even if you already are a leader, it's almost like, as they were saying, it was in you all along. You just had to see it. You just had to recognize it, and you just had to find it. So with this dove reference being released, and we have ascension here, we have rising up, healing hands, calling back your power, and the healer again. And they're kind of showing me like in like a space movie, where the person goes in that machine and they hibernate for a while, or for many years. So I feel like that's just a metaphor, but there could be something along those lines. It's like waking up within you. It's like you're wiggling awake. I don't know what it is for everyone that you've done for this, or if it's just for others of you, it was a natural process of you outgrowing things and detaching. It's almost like as we grow or age or mature, even just like spiritually, it kind of led to this moment. So I did channel some specific details here that could resonate with some of you, and then we'll go more into the reading. They don't have to all connect, of course, but for someone, there's something strongly here about memory I kept getting. So something that you're remembering. And I don't know, for a few of you, you may have had an experience recently that you remembered something, maybe from a past life, or you just remembered, I don't know, something about your soul or your origins. For someone also very specific, there could be something about hypnotherapy or past life regression, or some kind of like spiritual retreat or somewhere that you went that activated something or revealed something to you. I was also getting specifically something about a certificate or a teacher. So for some, this could be where you are now, that maybe you've graduated with some kind of certificate, maybe Reiki master, healer, whatever hypnotherapist I was getting for somebody, or that's where you're heading. Also, this is for a group of you who I was hearing you went dark or you went underground in order to come back up. So this could have been for a long time with the reference of the hibernation, or it could have been for a shorter amount of time. But there's something about this to where you had to experience the darkness, or you had to maybe go into the underground, as they were calling it, in order to rise back up. So it feels like you've come back with all this wisdom. You've been able to return to the light after maybe experiencing, and there is this kind of like underground here too. So I feel like you, again, it's like they keep saying activated, something's been activated. So yeah, we'll get more into it and see what happened here, but it's definitely that you've come back up, or you're about to sprout back up if you have not yet. But for most of you, you have. And this does feel to be just like, for some, the collective energy that we've been moving through. So this ascension process. So for someone specific as well, you could have gone through some huge release recently, which we already kind of saw here, but it could have been for someone like a trauma healing or memory. I was getting, again, some past life healing or childhood, or something here that has been purged and released out of you on what feels to be a very big level. So it would be something that you have noticed, or you've definitely felt that. And also for someone who's been feeling kind of calm recently, there's been maybe like a calm after this, or you're easing into like a flow and a calmness. Maybe you're feeling this kind of like in the air, that things are kind of like calming down or shifting, or you even feel yourself with the healer. Maybe there's something of you have healed yourself, or you have somehow understood that you are a healer, or there's just some kind of feeling of like soothing and calmness here that is starting to be shown to you. Also, I was getting a very old soul, and I was hearing you've done this many times and many lifetimes. So it could be like one specific path, one specific gift that you are very well versed in, that you've done for many lifetimes. But in general, you are a very old soul here. Definitely, again, star seeds, very old souls. Also, Pluto energy, possibly Scorpio. I was getting the initial M, specifically the name Mandy for somebody. Also, the name Cynthia I was getting. And they showed me, before we go into some more now, they showed me this like floating key. And it was like surrounded by all this light blue light. So light blue could be significant as well. Maybe a key, if you've seen like a key, maybe in a dream. And I heard this leadership position again, but they're saying that you are unlocking doors for yourself, but also for others. So it's almost like you hold this key. You've been given this key, and it's floating in the light, because you've reached that point of like it can now be kind of given to you, or spirit sees your purity and your intentions, and you can kind of like grab that key now and unlock a lot of things ahead of you. And again, they're saying that you've done the work. So this is definitely for a lot of you who have actively been healing, working on yourself. Maybe you have even been kind of like practicing or working on yourself in order to become a healer, or as you went underground, or as you had to kind of almost fall down to get back up. That's when you have attained this wisdom. Yeah, and I heard just go along now, and they just showed me this road ahead. So it's almost like you've reached this cruise point or cruise control. So what's up ahead for you now is smooth, and for some that is translating very literally into a certain path that you're taking now to become a healer, or to begin to share more of your gifts, or however it is that you're using these gifts, however you're using this new key. It's like the road up ahead. There's many doors to experience, and there's many doors that you can open for others as well. So yeah, let's get a bit more into it. Also, there is going to be an extended reading for this, and I was guided specifically, which I don't think I've ever done before, but I was guided to use or to go into a pick a card reading from this reading here. So to get extra specific if you feel like this resonates with you. So I will have that link down below, and if you do feel guided to any of the beings on the thumbnail, because I'm using a deck that has like beings of light, portraits of beings of light. So this feels very fitting, and they wanted me to use that deck. It's a very powerful deck. So if you do feel drawn to it, to one of the faces, we're going to channel specific things that you need to know about this. But you may have been seeing faces that look like that for some of you in dreams, or you're aware of this being activated. Okay, so if this kind of sounds like it resonates with you, let's open up and see here. So Spirit, what else would you like to say? So they're showing me that I'm hearing you've permanently closed the loop. And it's almost like I've gotten this before in other readings, but there's something significant about how there's no more gap space. So maybe you've closed, again, like a cycle, a loop. Maybe there was a little room before for things to return into it, or for you to invite in some kind of lower energies. And it's like you may have allowed that little gap to still be open, but there's something that you've done here, that you've closed that final little gap or loop. And this is what has initiated this. Yeah, and it's almost like there's some kind of inner knowing. For someone specific, you could be having, again, remembrance I'm getting, or memories, or maybe some kind of like intuitive feeling that keeps coming up, that you're supposed to do something, or you're supposed to go down this certain path, or maybe you're supposed to create something very specific. They really want you to listen to that, because it feels like you're getting nudges here, or you're soon to even unlock a lot of nudges, is what they're saying, because as you open to this kind of like floating key, you're about to receive a lot of insight directly from Spirit. That's going to be like a candle way. I'm seeing like little tea candles leading you to the right direction. So it's very important that you trust exactly what you feel, and that you don't sit on it, but you act on it. For someone very specific, this could have been shifted, or this could have shifted in the last full moon. So whenever you find this, maybe something in the last full moon. But I'm also seeing somebody gazing at the stars. And there's something in general about the nighttime. So maybe dreams, maybe you have been gazing at the stars. Yeah, and they're saying again that some of you have done like a lifestyle shift, or if this resonates as being, sometimes it can be pushed a few months after I post it. So if you start feeling this now, you may actually be changing your life drastically in a couple of months, or you're starting to get little hints that like you can change your lifestyle in these certain ways. And it's only going to enhance, or it's only going to multiply for you. So there's almost like a ripple effect that is being created here as you make small lifestyle changes. They're showing me this big cracking open of a shell, and I'm hearing the world is your oyster. And so there's also this feeling of like, they keep showing this key. It's almost like if you can imagine this key unlocks you to any reality that you want, or you have many options in front of you. So this could be in multiple ways, but it just seems like you have been able to access a whole new world, or a whole new reality. So you may even find that there's going to be a lot of opportunity coming in for you to maybe like go different places, travel new places, maybe interact with new people. And it's because you've gained some kind of access to that, because you're supposed to spread your light, or you're supposed to move forward in that kind of way. I also see specifically if any of you are like on a public platform, or if you're sharing your services and you align with this energy, it's almost like you can expect a lot of respect to come to you and abundance, because Spirit can see that you're genuine and that you have done the work on yourself. And so you may have a lot of positive feedback or a lot of abundance that's rolling into your direction. For someone, I'm even seeing as you cut that cord, it almost like I'm seeing all this like gold being poured onto you, because maybe there's been like resources taken from you, whether this is like intentional or it's happened in the background. Maybe you've struggled to have like an abundant life for yourself, or some, I don't know what that is, but somehow it's like as these cords were cut and as the energy comes back to you, it takes with it not only your energy, but everything that your energy naturally attracts. So like abundance or wealth, or things that were maybe taken from you or things owed to you. It's almost like everything is kind of flooding in that sort of way. It may not be overnight, but it's something that is very much due to you, due back to you. And there's something with this snake here in the healer, something about healing poison, and they're showing me like a anti-venom. So I don't know if, again, you've taken something out of your system sort of in a way. Okay, this just flew out. We have energy shift. Yeah, definitely feel like this is one of those readings of like you have just shifted timelines, or you have, this feels like it's been like gradually coming in, or it's been accumulating, but this definitely feels like, and there's like a calmness in this reading too. It doesn't feel tense. It doesn't really feel like there's a lot of resistance. This feels like you're here. If you are watching this when I'm posting it, yeah, here's that cycle closure. The fall season could be significant for some of you, or this could be when this is kind of like being activated, or when it's reaching the peak. And they really want someone to, we have the heart chakra here too, they really want someone to believe in themselves and to trust themselves. So it's like, again, your heart is such a guiding light, or you've opened your heart so much, or you have such a pure heart. Yeah, the temple path. This is a really strong spiritual reading for somebody for sure. We have the number 12 twice too. So maybe 1212 is also the Hanged Man in tarot. We also have 11 twice too, where it adds up to 11. So 1111, 1212. Oh, 11 here too. Yeah, 1111, 1212. Yeah, and this is at the bottom as well. We have the temple. So yeah, the temple twice too. Lots of synchronicities. So this feels like one of those readings too that you may be seeing a lot of like synchronicities around you right now. I'm actually going to ask Spirit for some specific clues or signs for you in a minute, but you may be definitely feeling very aligned if you find this reading, like things, you just feel the alignment. I'm seeing gears shifting, like the wheel is shifting, or gears are grinding, something where things are moving, or it's like an old sort of locomotive or something that's moving. Herald of spring's rebirth, sowing seeds of renewal. Yeah, and it feels so cleansing and renewing. Is there anything else to say here, Spirit, before we go over to the extended and get some specifics for 3 different groups of you who are going to resonate with this? Is there anything else that you want to say? Yeah, so we have Saint's Witch, invoking divine protection with the aid of holy beings. Yeah, this is like such a powerful reading. We have this energy twice here too. Look at the same looking kind of energy everywhere. Conductor of energy, igniting sparks of life. I was gonna say fire. And I'm being shown somebody like I'm hearing you're facing the music, but they're showing that there's this image of you like facing the storm, but it's not even a storm. It's like you're ready to take things on. So I don't know if you're ready to take on, like, again, for some, it could be that you're ready to like hold space for people. You're ready to hold space for some kind of almost what looks to be like chaos, but that could be chaos in others, or that could be you're no longer afraid to face the storms of life also within yourself. There's some kind of like confronting, but it's like you're confronting it because you're ready to do so. It's not that you're doing it from like an empty vessel or an empty cup. Again, I'm seeing so many like beings in this reading. I'm seeing the blue beings as well. So you may work directly with these certain beings that you connect to, or you have prayed recently for their guidance or for a message here. Or you're ready to really work with maybe like new spirits, new beings is what's coming through here. Like you're ready to take on. And I feel like some of you don't know this, or it's something that's happening kind of in the undercurrents, which could be why I was guided to use that deck with the faces, because for some it's almost like you could be assigned like a new guide or something, or there's something that you're ready to work with, just, I don't know, like new energies or new spirits, new... And you may not be aware of that, but how you would know is that you've been feeling kind of a shift of your life, or you've been feeling maybe subtle shifts of energy, or even intense shifts of energy, or maybe you're guided to like new, again, like lifestyle changes or different foods or like different things. That is a sign that you have shifted timelines. But in this reading, it's more than just that. It's that you are... It's almost like for some too, how to put it, it's like as you receive everything back to yourself, you become aware of how to word it. Like if you picture everything coming back to you that was missing, or that somehow you had not found yet, or maybe you had to go through a process or a period of time that you had to learn these lessons to receive all of your energy back, or just many fragments of yourself that you had to go through this process. It's like as you call it back, you actually tap into the essence of who you really are, and not the empty shell that maybe you were before. I don't know how else to put it, but something like that, to where it's like you receive everything back to you, and that taps you into the actual authentic and pure essence of yourself. And as that happens, it like creates an energy, like an energetic magnetic field, to where the true part of yourself and like personality traits maybe, or again, like soul gifts that you have, can be remembered. So it's definitely like a focus on the body as well. So let's see if there's any final signs or symbols or advice that you need to know, and then we'll go over to the extended and see for each group of you more specifically. I think I'll pull some charms over there as well for each group. So what kind of signs or symbols, how would they know that this is for them? Anything that you want to share here, Spirit? Butterflies, you may be seeing butterflies. I don't know why I'm getting almond milk. I don't know if somebody's just poured almond milk or something. A Ferris wheel. A leopard. The initial B. A whale or a whale tail. Somebody may have a necklace of like a whale tail. Mermaids. a white sheet of paper or a canvas. Maybe somebody set up a canvas recently and you are wondering what to paint on it, or you're ready to take on it like a new project. Maybe you are going to start getting into that, or maybe like a blank sheet of paper. What sort of poem can you write on it, or something about a blank canvas? Someone may have had a flat tire recently. Again, I'm getting a lot of cat energy, leopard, lion, cheetah, tiger. Someone here may have a child, or like maybe like 5 years old, I'm getting, a girl, or this may be a part of yourself somehow that's being reintegrated, or maybe like some kind of something that you love to do as a child. Yeah, and lastly, if this is for you as well, you may feel drawn recently to try different hobbies or things you normally wouldn't gravitate towards, or that will start to come in for you. You know, like you just may start to feel that you want to try new things, or you may be invited to try different things. And this is this beautiful feeling again of like it's coming back to you. The energy is coming back to you, and you have so much more like in your reserve now to use for things that are actually aligned to you. So yeah, this is a very big message for someone. It feels like you have really aligned to this beautiful energy within yourself. And I think that your spirit family, definitely your star family here, is coming through to say that they're very proud of you for this. And you can kind of expect a big renewal of your life, almost like a big spring cleaning. And also the flowers can now grow in places that it was once like it was just soil, and now like the flowers are blooming within yourself, within your body, within your imagination. Yeah, so I will go over now to the extended, and I'll have either over on Patreon or over on Gumroad. So if you want to click on the Gumroad or Patreon, you can see the thumbnail there. And if you do feel drawn to any of the 3 faces that are coming through, that would be the guide that is coming up mostly right now. And we're just going to channel specifically what you're going through, what they want you to know, any sort of guidance or advice with this. So yeah, but if you did enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will talk to you over on the extended or in the next reading. Take care and lots of love.